I am what I am, and she's an amazing drag queen. Today I'm with Gisele Rafael, the award-winning drag star. We're in the library at the Siam, a Bensley Design Hotel at Bangkok's Riverside, and you are watching a glitzy episode of Trends. Gisele, congratulations, you won the Drag Arena.
Thank you.
Season 2. Yeah. What inspired you to become a drag queen and now drag superstar?
Being a drag queen, it's to show who you are, your talent, and your another persona of your arts. And it's an art, actually.
What do your parents say?
Oh, they have nothing to say because they are in heaven.
How do you feel about your art and community at large? Accepting, or are there still challenges with drag?
Way back before, it's still very challenging. Unlike today's era, it's more accepting, but still not really that accepting, but still more challenging at the same time. But it's more easy compared way back before, because way back before, like, people gonna judge you like, oh my God, you're a clown, you're like this because you're wearing a wig, you're wearing a makeup. So, but now it's like it's a proper job now.
And when did you first start having a desire to do drag?
Because my friends just asked me. So I decided to, I always say no, no, no. Until after a year I said, okay then, why not give it a try?
Do you think anyone could do drag?
Everyone can be a drag. Everyone is a drag. Yes, even you can be a drag.
I could be a Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.
It needs a lot of investment with the makeup, the hair and the costumes.
Yes.
So how do you go about that? Do you have your costumes designed, or do you buy them off the shelf?
We buy them, and then we have a tailor. Because it's a custom made too. Whoever we're going to perform. So it has to be a specific, the type of design, the outfit that we want to portray.
And if people want to see you perform, where are you performing on a regular basis?
Regular basis, I'm always at the Stranger Bar, the house of the Stranger Bar, the house of drag queen.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you do any sort of special promotional work as a drag queen?
Not yet at the moment. Yeah. Okay. I have to, my lips are sealed.
But obviously winning Drag Arena Season 2 is a big win for you.
Yes.
And puts you in a very elevated state, doesn't it? Yeah. So I think there's a lot of promotional opportunities for you. Drag is big in Thailand, isn't it?
Very, very, very.
Yeah. And it's part of long heritage and culture. Yeah. I know if you go certain parts of the world, it's very shunned upon and people try to understand. Do you live your life in drag, or is it a performance? Would I see you as a different person at lunchtime, or are you always dressed up like this?
Oh no, this is only I woke up like this, like a beautiful, but of course not with the hair and the makeup on. Yeah, this is like a persona, like what you see Gisele on at work time. And just the outfit and everything.
So you're performing at a venue with other drag queens?
Yes.
Right. Can it become, I know they're all guys behind the scenes of all this beauty and makeup and glamour, glitz, but is there bitchiness between drag queens? Or?
I would say it's a friendly competition, because of course you have to elevate yourself, because you cannot be like, when there's a performer before you that's gonna be like woo, and then of course you have to step it up your game, because you cannot be like because you're showing yourself in there, you're showing you in front of the people that been watching your thousands.
So you've got to master choreography for your dance moves. You need to be pretty athletic to be moving around stage. Yes. So you need to stay trim. Vocally, not an issue, because I presume you're miming to tracks, are you, or are you singing?
I am singing.
Really?
Usually the whole time, yes.
Oh my goodness, so you sing as well?
Yeah, so that's why my mic is always on.
And I'm just intrigued about the art and the lifestyle that you lead. Do corporates come to you and say, we'd like you to be an MC? And as an MC, you take on the persona of Gisele, the drag star. What's your most successful element of your career so far, apart from winning Drag Arena?
I think that I can afford to eat. Yeah, but
So it is a career, it's a job.
it's a job, it's a career, yeah.
Yeah.
And it opened a lot of doors.
When did you start this career? When you came to Thailand, or were you doing drag in the Philippines, which is where you're from?
I started, my first job my main job is a model. Yes, and then
As a female model or as a male
as
model?
an androgynous.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know where I go on from there. Let me have a look at my questions.
Androgynous. And then 2016, my friend asked me if I want to give it a try. After a year, I said yes. And then after that, became hit.
I've got quite an interesting question. You have to put my glasses on. Drag often intersects with performance art. Sorry. Drag often intersects with performance. That's just a funny word there. I have to pronounce it. Okay, I have to read this question. Okay. Drag often is a mix of performance art and activism. In what ways do you see your platform to advocate for social change and address personal issues? Do you see that you are iconic for the LGBTQ plus community, and within your performances you're taking on a role and you want to work towards social change, or are you just doing it for performance and money?
I know for me, that's why I'm doing it. It's just to express myself too. Like whatever someone can do it, you can do it too. Like you don't have to be shy, or you don't have to listen to other people's voices that's tearing you down. So yeah, that is my platform: is to be confident and to accept who you are and live your life.
And are there drag stars who are not in the LGBTQ plus community? So could a husband suddenly come home and say, honey, to his wife, I fancy being a drag queen? Or it's unlikely?
Unlikely, yeah. I cannot say in behalf of their part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has drag provided you with travel? Have you traveled performing?
Yes. Yeah. Because of course, once they hire you, they have to do everything. But it's really good. It's fun. It's stressful. It's challenging because you don't know what people are going to interact with you, or how are the type of person. Like maybe they are very conservative, they are a bit scared. So it's really up to you in there how you control everything.
Have you been faced professionally with people who've been verbally abusive to what you're doing?
Oh yes.
And you just basically have to brush that off.
Brush it off right away because that's who they are.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have just like that because some of them are just like not really that educated about it. So you just have to think that and just shake it off.
Who inspired you to become the drag queen then?
No, I'm just kidding. Who inspired me to become a drag queen?
Did you have somebody that's like a role model as a drag?
Spears.
Britney Spears.
Yeah, because she's the first one that I.
Do you emulate Britney Spears in your performances, in any of your performances?
When I do her song,
Yeah.
aside from Britney, Jennifer Lopez, yeah, Taylor Swift.
So when you take on these sort of personas of these superstar singers, do you transform with wig and makeup and do the full act?
Yes.
So it's an homage, a pastiche of that singer.
And how they act, how they hold a mic, how they are pissed off, how they mannerism and everything. Like suddenly interchange like right away.
So body movement, body language.
Body language.
Makeup would be, yeah. Who taught you makeup?
Before it was Vagina Heels.
Okay.
Yeah.
So within the community, you learn and the tips and tricks.
Just the tips and tricks, and then of course it's not gonna be always 24/7 that they're gonna be there for you. So as time goes by, you have to do it by yourself, experience-wise too.
Does being a drag queen be a first step to going transgender or not?
No.
Okay,
it has
so
nothing to do with
it. Has nothing to do,
it has nothing to do with drag.
You wouldn't have like a snip and tuck and
No,
move
no,
on?
no, 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 no.
They're two totally separate,
Yes.
are they?
Yes.
Okay. It's just interesting, and I've never really looked into the art of drag and who is performing and who's behind the mask. So behind the mask of Gisele, award-winning drag queen, what are you doing on a daily basis when you're not dressed up in glitz and glamour?
Nothing.
You are a man.
I dress like just like this.
Okay, like normal
Like
guys.
normal, like casual.
Okay.
Just shorts, tank top.
Wow. So people wouldn't necessarily know that you are a famous drag queen when they see you in the street.
No, not just say famous, but some people are recognized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's quite flattering though. Like, oh my god.
You transform yourself into a glitzy, glamorous woman. You've won Drag Arena too, which is amazing. So you've got a lot of drag queens that you've excelled and become number one there. What's driven you? Is it audience acceptance? Is it craving for fame? Is it beauty and you'd love to be a woman? Or just idolizing and paying homage to your favorite singers? What turns you on to do drag?
For me, to express myself. Yeah, to express myself. And expressing myself is a form of art, which is I cannot express myself before growing up. So for me, being a drag, no, I cannot. No, because I came from a very religious family. My foster family is very, very religious. So, yeah.
So they would not have accepted what you are doing then, basically.
So for me, like, it's a self expression.
Yeah. Did you struggle at an earlier age in your family with that, with the suppression of being in a very religious family?
Yeah.
Yeah. And for you, the way out was to go not just a little bit, but to express yourself full on.
Yes.
With all this glitz glamour and paying homage to your favorite singers.
Yes. Like, this is me.
So when you're in Britney Spears mode, and if we see you in an evening at Stranger Bar performing, you're looking like Britney Spears, you're dancing like Britney Spears, but it's your voice we're hearing then, is it?
Yes.
Great, because most drag artists, they actually lip sync, don't they?
Yeah.
So that provides an additional elevation for what you're doing. Vocally, it is you singing.
Yeah.
Wow. What's the next step? Drag Arena winner. What would you like to achieve next?
To achieve next to go maybe to, because right now I'm very content where I am right now.
What about Drag Race? It's globally known. Would you be involved in that, or it's not?
Soon.
Watch this space.
Soon.
Okay.
Too early to tell, but yeah, soon.
It's always young people that I see as drag queens. Is there like an age limit where, and would you retire at a certain stage where you say, I'm old now and I'm not going to do this? You think you can see yourself?
Yes, it's really up to you, because there are some people that I'm still doing it at the age of a certain age of like this age. So they're still doing it. So I think there's no such thing as, oh, at this age, I'm going to stop doing it.
So for a 60-year-old,
Yes.
I could do drag.
Why not?
It might be Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes, we can collaborate soon. You can be my guest on The Stranger.
That has to be a very weird episode of Trends. Yeah, it's just, I'm in awe of your art and your performance, and keen to understand the driving elements. And as you say, you had a repressed, felt you had a repressed childhood being in a very religious family. To break away from that, you've gone from one extreme to another.
Yes.
How often are you dressing up in drag within a week? Is it nightly?
Nightly.
Okay, so
mostly like 7 nights a week.
Okay, so your performance in the evenings is nightly. So
Sometimes in the morning too, in the brunch, or in the afternoon.
brunch?
Yes.
In a hotel or where?
In a hotel or in a private villa or in a house.
Okay, so the clients or the hotel will hire you at brunch to dress up and perform in drag. Wow.
So we finish work at 4, and we have to wake up at 9.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's quite it can be quite a tough.
It's very, very tough. And of course you have to practice the song, the dance movement. What's the meaning of the song and everything? It's just...
So your repertoire would comprise of 5 songs, 5 stars, or 10? How many performances do you have that you can delve into and say, tonight I'm going to do these?
4 to 5.
Okay, so you have 4 to 5 where you've got the wigs, the outfits, and the whole repertoire that you can then perform. And you would you change that nightly? So if somebody comes to see you perform on a Monday, they would see a different you on a Tuesday, would they?
Sometimes I'm just gonna change the movements or the looks, or mostly there's a lot of tricks on it because you don't want them to be bored. You have to give them like expect the unexpected. You have to keep it spicy all the time.
Have you ever met a man who didn't know you were in drag and is being fooled by your beauty?
Not in drag before, but in my daily life, on a normal life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you say that this is not your normal life. Obviously, this is your career.
Yeah.
And then in the daytime, your normal life, when you're out and not dressed up and more casual, then you're leading a totally different lifestyle to what you are doing here.
Yeah, very, very normal.
Be interesting to see the other side of you, and maybe if we passed on the street, I might not recognize you because you don't have all of the outfit on and everything. How long did it take you today to get dressed up for us? So if you're putting on the makeup and the wig...
30 minutes.
Ladies, you need to take a tip from Gisele. Forget the 2 hours, 30 minutes. Let me just see if I've got any other questions here.
Sometimes this is the maximum, 30. Sometimes it took me an hour. It really depends if I have a lot of time.
Yeah.
I can make it 15 too if I'm late.
I always see drag queens with a lot of wigs and with the big wig. Do you do that, or is your look like this? Do you have a Gisele look?
This.
Yeah. Okay.
Just like a very, very, a pop star.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you're not looking to over-accentuate and be cartoonish?
If there's like, because that is mostly on drag, like the overdo hair, the overdo makeup, the overdo the costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is like the, how to say this? The icons of drags look.
But you're inspired by certain singers, as you say, and you want to look like them and perform like them to pay homage to those singers, And have you ever thought about performing without drag as a man?
I did it before.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, I was working as a drag, but I had to take off my wig and some of my makeup because I have to do Bruno Mars and Justin Bieber.
Really?
Yes.
So they're in your repertoire as well. Oh my goodness, very talented.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's your hopes and wishes for the future? What would you like to do?
To put a platform with the people, like to stay who you are. That is my platform most of all. Like just be confident and have a strength.
Do you think youth is challenged today, that they sometimes don't have the ability to say who they are and what they want to do because of societal and also parental desires and control? Yes.
Sometimes they want to express themselves, but they are still with that, a lot of people like holding them back.
You're from the Philippines.
Yeah.
So could you be doing this today in the Philippines, or do you find that there's greater freedom within Thailand in terms of drag, in terms of LGBTQ plus community? Is Thailand more free?
Yes.
Okay. More
Yes. More accepting, more, yes. Accepting, respectful, kind, yeah.
Is there a drag school that we can go to? Where can we find out?
There's a drag school makeup. Yeah. Prosthetics, any type of makeup. Yeah, there's a school for that.
It must be quite expensive, costly to have the costumes and the hair and the makeup.
Yes, it's a very, very big investment. So sometimes that's why we don't live with a salary, we live by the tips.
Okay.
Yeah, because you have to reimburse that.
So you must be really passionate about the art to do this, because you're not going to become a multi-millionaire unless you're, I don't know who's the presenter of Drag Race globally, and unless you're RuPaul, you're not likely to be making millions and millions then. So as you say, tips from the audience that see you in the evening.
Yeah.
And that enables you to have a reasonably comfortable life.
Yes. And to reimburse the
And so you need these shoes.
yes, the shoes, the makeup, the hair.
Yeah, a constant investment.
The contact lenses, the jewelry.
Could you see yourself working in an office?
I worked at an office before.
Really?
Yes, I was a personal assistant. And I was a nanny before. Yeah.
But you dreamt of being a drag
No.
queen? No?
Not at all.
That's a dramatic shift, isn't it?
Yes. My life is a lot of shifting. My job is a lot of shift.
Do you think your life will shift somewhere else in a future direction?
In the future. But right now, I'm really just enjoying the present.
You're comfortable with who you are. You're comfortable. Obviously, you've won the Drag Arena, which is an amazing accomplishment. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you're in a happy space in Bangkok.
Yes.
Gisele, thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you so
along
much for having me
being
here.
in conversation
Thank you
with
so much.
us.
Thank you.
And thanks for being on Trends.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching this colourful, glitzy, glamorous episode of Trends. See you next Friday.